this evening, um, I want to share a couple of things with you esta noche. But before we roll the dice, let's see who's on. Let me know how are you feeling. Where are you checking in from? What city? What state? What country? What time zone? Let me know where are you checking in from. I do want to know. And do me a great, huge favor. Let the rest of the gang know that we are live. It's Tarot Tuesday, and Spirit knows it. It is Tarot Tuesday, and Spirit knows it. Let us know where you're checking in from. I do like to know. Um, to see Chicago is in the house. Awesomeness. What do we have over here? I can't see my TikTok messages are so far away, so I apologize if I miss a few messages on TikTok land. Um, but here we are. Let's see here. Let's see here. Atlanta, awesome. Oklahoma, beautiful, beautiful. Where else are you checking in from? Do tell, do tell. I want to know. I want to know. Let me see if I can see my messages. Checking in from Inglewood, California. Inglewood, huh? When are you coming to my classes, Ash? Okay, you gotta come to my classes. Hopefully, you come to my end of the year class that I'll be hosting in person. I don't have a date for that yet, but I will be announcing that sometime in the near future. Um, so yeah. Let's see. You are still owe us the Gemini story. I'm gonna hug you until you drop. Charlotte, Charlotte, North Carolina. Awesomeness, awesomeness. Where else are you checking in from? Do tell. I want to know. Where over here? A ver. Where else? Where else? Where else? Where else are we checking in from? What city? What state? What country? Do tell. I want to know. Chicago as well. A lot of family from Chicago. A lot of soul brothers and sisters from Chicago, Pennsylvania is in the house here on YouTube land. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hyattsville, yes, Maryland. Awesomeness. Okay, okay. New Jersey is in the house. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, my soul family, here we are. We are tonight. Let your friends and families and coworkers and next door neighbor and whoever it is know that it's Tarot Tuesday and Spirit knows that, and we're on another soul family from New Jersey as well. Awesome. A ver, de donde más, de donde más. How are you all feeling? How was your weekend? How did your week start? What's going on your end? Do tell. I do want to know, and I love this set. It's beautiful. Thank you so very much, beloved. Thank you so very much. Um, okay, how are you feeling? If you celebrated a solar return this past weekend, happy belated, happy belated. If you are celebrating a birthday this week, happy early birthday. Thank you so very much, Sandra. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Um, so, how are you all feeling? How are you all feeling? I think the October 6th full moon is kicking my butt. Tired and sleeping. Okay. Okay. And it hasn't even gotten here yet, right? Ay, ay, ay. Let me see. Por acá, por acá, por acá. I can't see. Okay. I don't think there's any messages over here on TikTok land. No messages. Uh huh. Okay. Good. Through a lot, going through a lot of changes in life, but feeling at peace through the chaos. Yes, that's the way. Feeling a little stuck and intense waves. I hear you, but nothing that you can't survive. Nothing that you can't survive. Nothing that you cannot overcome. Nothing that you can't overcome. Make sure you tap that screen to help with the algorithms, por favor. Other than that, let's see how the divine, how the universe, how Mother Earth shines in this evening. Let us see. So, I want you, if you will, I want you to write it in the chat. Claim your throne. I want you to write in the chat. Claim your throne. Write it in the chat. Claim your throne. Write it in the chat. Write it in the chat. Write it in the chat. Claim your throne. Write it in the chat, my soul family. Write it in the chat. Claim your throne. Write it in the chat. Yes, 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 and yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Write it in the chat. Uh-huh. Okay. Forgive me, I'm a little distracted here. Multitasking at the same time. Claim your throne. Write it in the chat. Claim your throne. Or first person, claim my throne. Or claiming my throne. Whatever resonates with you. Write it in the chat. Claim your throne. Today makes 19 years since let me see, it missed me. Today makes 19 years since my mother passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. My birthday is in 4 days, and for the first time, I feel and know I'm walking into an amazing life. Yes, you are. Claim it, own it, it's yours. Claim my throne. Claim my throne or claiming my throne. Write it in the chat. Claim my throne or claiming my throne. Write it in the chat. Write it in the chat. And this is what I have to share with you for tonight's download in terms of claiming one's a throne. Before I share with you what my personal spiritual interpretation is of this particular theme, of this particular topic, I want you, if you will, I want you to write in the chat specific things. Let's break this into two parts, right? We know, well, those of you that have been with me for a while here on social media, you know that I'm not going to be the one that just comes on here to pull a card and give you a message and call it a night. I believe, I strive, I work for us growing, evolving, learning, healing, doing everything within our power to day by day become a better version of ourselves. So you're never going to leave this space if you truly show up in this space with an open mind and open heart, and you're not just here to be a naysayer, and you're not just here to be a curious cat, and you're not just here to dispel your negative vibe, which we will shut, the real soul family. I'm not here alone. The real soul family will shut it down pretty quickly. But if you really are here to intake, to understand, to understand the downloads that the universe chooses to share with us humbly, you're not going to leave this space without picking up something and storing it in your arsenal for the purposes of bettering your life to the best of your human abilities. So we're going to break tonight's lesson, tonight's download, tonight's teaching, tonight's spiritual share into two parts. Part one, I want you to write in the chat, what kinds of things do you think, again, there's never a right or wrong answer, what kinds of things do you believe could put your kingdom or your queendom at risk? What kinds of things could put your queendom, your kingdom, your life at risk? Write it in the chat. Flo Glow, you told me to elevate my ancestors who dealt with betrayal, y ya yo tengo la vela y oraciones preparadas. Luz y bendiciones. Thank you for that share. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am happy that you're doing the work, beloved. I'm happy you're doing the work. So, if you're just joining us now, the theme for us to ponder on tonight, work through tonight, is claiming my throne. If you didn't write it in the chat. And then our first task at hand is you writing in the chat the things that you believe, that you think could potentially put your kingdom, your queendom at risk. Let me see what those things are. I don't want to lean forward the whole night, so let me just read your messages here. Some of you say self-doubt, my ego, my health, lost in faith, thinking too long, hesitation can cause you to miss out on opportunities, ego, hate, untrue to self, claim my throne, baby. Yes. My consistency on personal boundaries for those who don't support me. My consistency or my inconsistency on personal boundaries for those who don't support me. Energía negativa. No good motherfuckers. Arrogance. Okay. What about over here on YouTube land? Claiming my throne, claiming my throne, claiming my throne. Throw a lot. Anybody on YouTube land? What kinds of things could put your queendom, your kingdom at risk? Over here on I try to serve everyone but myself on TikTok land. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Fear, staying stagnant, not taking risk. Okay. Okay, that's all I see. Fear, that's all I see. Okay. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Constantly seeking approval. Okay, it's a good one. Only thing can stop my kingdom is me. Self-sabotage, limiting beliefs. Okay. 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 We're going somewhere. We're going somewhere. So, many of you have shared things that I believe are valid in terms of what could put your kingdom or your queendom at risk. Now, it's interesting to me how you are able to have a pretty clear understanding of the things that can put your queendom, your kingdom, your life at risk. And then yet, you still find yourself being a hostage to those things that you just wrote. For those of you who wrote self-doubt, somehow, in some capacity, you are still a hostage to self-doubt. Some of you who recognize that it's self-sabotage, in some capacity, you are still a hostage of self-sabotage. Some of you that claim is the ego, in some capacity, in some form, you are still a hostage of ego. Some of you wrote uh, um, anxiety. Others of you wrote not knowing yourself, not understanding your truth, lack of boundaries. And then yet all these things are still holding you hostage. Let me explain something to you if I can. I remember growing up, and I grew up around a lot of elders, a lot of knowledgeable, strong, powerful elders in my Afro-Cuban community. And I remember growing up, I'm talking about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years of age. And because I was always most interested in what was going on around the elders, I was never interested in what my peers were doing, people around my age. I was never interested in that. I was always interested in hanging out with the elders. And I I uh, I uh, I stored I stored a lot of their conversations, the conversations that were going on amongst them, the conversations that they were having doing sacred gatherings, and at that aftershare at the dinner table, which was always that dinner table was always rich of knowledge, rich of information, because that's when all the elders would sit around and they would really let go and talk about a whole lot of things. Anyway, I digress. Since I was young, I always used to hear elders say, a la vez, I gotta say it in Spanish, and then I will translate it into English. A la vez que tú conoces quién es tu enemigo, ya ese enemigo no tiene poder sobre ti. The verbatim translation of that is, once you know who your enemy is, that enemy does not have power over you. Now, it's not as easy as it sounds, I'll tell you that much. It's not as easy as it sounds. Because even after knowing who your enemy is, the only way that that enemy can still have power over you is by you giving that enemy your power. By you giving that enemy continuous power over you. And what is the one thing? Come on now, somebody. What is the one thing that can continue giving the enemy power over you? What is that one thing? What is that one thing that will continue, as long as you allow it, will continue to give your enemy power over you? What is that? Can anyone chime in? Can anyone chime in as to what it is that will continue to give that enemy power over you? Fly Moccasin says yourself. When you keep engaging with the enemy, what else? Who else? Who else? Anyone over here on TikTok land? What else? Ah, that's the word I was looking for. Not upholding your boundaries, yes. Giving into them your time, your energy. But the word I was looking for, I can't even see who is this who wrote it. It was Alspio. Access, 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 access. You giving your enemy access to you is what continues to empower them to be in a position to control you, to dominate you, to instill fear, to manipulate. Do you hear me? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Access. Access. And who is the only individual that gives your enemy access over you? Come on now, somebody. Who is the only individual that gives your enemy access to you and over you? Yourself. Yourself. You are the only one that gives your enemy access to you. Now, let's do a little work here. Let's break this down even a little further. At least when I sit here and share with you this download, and we use the common, known, overrated, overused word enemy, I am definitely not speaking of an enemy in terms of how it is understood from a Christian mindset, right? From a biblical mindset. That's not the enemy I am speaking about alone. Because at the end of the day, there are greater enemies. There are greater enemies. That's not just that biblical understanding of what enemies are. First of all, if we really do a deep dive into what enemies are, many of us have the narrow-minded understanding that an enemy is someone that we are at war with, or an enemy that's at war with us for whatever particular reason. Or we understand an enemy to be someone we have had a falling out with. And this is true. Someone that we've had a falling out with could be an enemy. Someone that is against me and has declared war on me is also an enemy. Oh, but guess what? There are also enemies with individuals that we still choose to keep around, whether because they are family, whether because you're married to them and there is a romantic connection, there is an emotional attachment, okay? And that person is also an enemy. Then you have your so-called friend who is not necessarily someone that you consider to be an enemy, but is someone that envies your growth, envies your stability, envies your intelligence, envies your beauty, envies your abilities, envies your talent, envies your connections, envies the way you live, envies the car you drive, envies the people that you know, envies everything that is present in your life because they wish they were in your shoes. They wish they had the same access you have. They wish they had the same connections you have. They wish that people would fall in love with them as they fall in love with you. They wish they were wearing your shoes. So that particular friend is also an enemy, or the common lingo for that these days is frenemy, right? Because even though it is someone that you have not had a fallen out with, is someone that secretly, internally dislikes, hates, envies, and oftentimes challenges your growth, your love life, your stability, right? How do they do so? They do so by attempting to discourage you so that you don't go for that job, so that you don't apply for that position, so that you don't ask for that growth, so that you don't move to that other city, to that other country, so that you don't marry that person that you were in love with, so that don't have that child, because they also envy your pregnancy. They also envied your pregnancy. There's also envied the fact that you got pregnant. Oh, baby black Jesus, help me. Do you hear me? Oh, but let's dive deeper. Oftentimes, you are your greatest enemy. Oftentimes, you are your greatest enemy. And you become your greatest enemy when you disown yourself, abandon yourself, when you betray yourself, when you lack boundaries, when you are not committed to your higher self, when you don't look after you, when you don't protect you, when you don't obey or surrender to the gifts that the creator of your understanding has bestowed upon you, when you allow other people to have control over your life and you ignore the inner voice, the voice of God, that energy, that inner God in you, inner goddess in you. You betray yourself when you procrastinate. You become your own enemy when you live against the natural flow. When you live against the natural flow the universe is trying to lead you into. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? When you go against the natural flow the universe has planned for you, you become your own enemy. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? So this is the thing. The only one that can potentially dethrone you, if we go down to the root of things, the only person that can literally dethrone you is yourself. When we accept that simple fact, not based on religion, not based on someone else's understanding of life, but when we understand this very fundamental knowledge that is universal, change will come. Change will come. Because to really, not just saying it out loud, not just saying the words, not just going through the motions, but when you actually embody the knowledge of the fact that only you can dethrone yourself, that is when you start to be empowered. But you start to be empowered. Why? Because once you recognize something as truth, then you cannot consciously ignore it. You can't ignore it. You can't deny it. You can't act like it's not there. You can't go about trying to, cover it up. No. The facts are there. This is why there is a saying in Afro-Cuban Lucumí tradition. There's a saying that says, el que sabe no muere como el que no sabe. He who knows does not perish, does not die as someone that does not know. What that means that When you know truth, but you still allow yourself to go against the better version of you, then eventually you take yourself to your own death. You died with a knowledge that couldn't be denied. You died knowing. But that also says that once you know your truth, once you walk your truth, once you are about your truth, your death will never be the same as of someone that is just going through the motions blindly, uninformed, lacking knowledge, distant from their higher self. You're not that person. When you are a person that possesses knowledge, knowledge of self, first and foremost, that knowledge of self empowers you with tools to walk the path that you have been entrusted by the creator of your understanding to walk in this path on earth, this earthly path. Am I making any sense to you? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down tonight? It's almost as if when, for example, when people have readings, personal readings, right? And in their personal reading, it says to them, listen, this person that you are in love with is not the right person for you. Your soul receives that and knows it to be true. ¿Verdad? But then yet you still leave there and you still choose to do the opposite of what you were advised, because you are still under the control of your lower self. You're still under the control of a vibration that does not have your best interest at heart. So when the crash happens, when the shit hits the fan, when things blow up, it hurts deeply. The hurt never changes. It will still hurt you. Sometimes it will hurt, oftentimes it will hurt you even more because of how long you decided and opted to prolong something that you had already been advised was not going to work. But the one thing you can never, ever, ever, ever say, the one thing you could never, ever say is that you didn't know. You can't claim to not know. Why? Because you were told. You were informed. You had a revelation, you had a dream, or there was a reading, there was divination. Something occurred where the universe made it a point to tell you that it would not be a great match for you. Your choice to go against that truth locked you into an experience that further hurt you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you understand what Spirit is laying down? So, el golpe tiende a ser más fuerte. The impact, the pain tends to intensify because of how you ignored your truth. Let's stay there for a minute. Let's stay there for a minute. The impact of the pain that you experience once you know truth, the impact of the pain that you are experiencing because you opted to prolong something that you had already been told would not work. It's twice as big, it's 3 times as big, it's 10 times as intense. Because you went against the truth that lives within. What are you trying to say, Afi? What I am humbly sharing with you tonight, which I pray you take heed. I pray you intake this. I pray that you process this. I pray that you meditate on this. I pray that you journal on this. I pray that you really process this download. Is that many of you, not all of you, right? No hay reglas sin excepción. Every rule has an exception. But let me tell you something. Many of you are simply experiencing the consequences of your self-denial. Denial of what? Denial of the truth that lives in your body. The truth that you've already been told. The truth that has already been revealed to you. The truth that lives within your energetic, spiritual center within your body. The truth that your Ori knows about you. The truth the Creator, the God of your understanding, informs you with. You were served a truth, but you choose to ignore it. Now, there are countless of reasons why we choose to ignore it. Depending on what we're talking about in your particular case. I'm in love and I don't know how to let him go and I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. No, you choose to not do it because you are not the one in control. Your lower self is the one that's in control. Your unevolved self is the one that's in control. Your emotional self is the one that's in control, not you. When you take control back, listen to me carefully. When you take control back, I want to make this very, very clear. Open up your spiritual ears. Open up your spiritual ears and open up your heart. When you take control back, it does not mean the process won't hurt. It does not mean that you won't grieve. It does not mean that you are exempt from pain. Do you hear me? But what it does mean is that no one can claim your throne. I need you to process that. What it does mean is that no one will be able to claim your throne. Because to be able, baby Black Jesus help me, to really be able to sit in your throne, to really be able to claim your throne and have the opportunity to sit in your throne, it requires pain. It requires heartbreak. It requires aches and challenges. You're not exempt. You're not exempt. The only difference is that when you truthfully sit in your throne with conviction, with truth, The truth will always protect. Listen to the words I'm about to lay in your heart. As painful as the process could be, the truth will always protect you from an untimely death. It will always protect you from excessive pain. And the truth will always bring you back. Back where? Back to a wholesome self. A self that you can claim, protect, and still love. Many of you are in suffering because you have left yourself unprotected. You have left yourself exposed. You are someone else's or something else's puppet. Energetically, emotionally, mentally, vibrationally, spiritually. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Are you understanding what Spirit is sharing? It is important that you understand the depth of this download tonight so that you can start to take baby steps into claiming your throne. Now, here are a couple of possible issues, for lack of better words. Those of you running away from your truth, those of you denying your truth, and the excuse is that it's too painful, it's too this, and it's too that. You do so because you've been trained to be this way. You've been taught to be this way. You've been conditioned to be this way. And what Spirit wants you to do, what Spirit invites you to consider, is that it doesn't have to be that way. Because there's always, I know your heart, your broken heart, your pained heart wants to convince you different. But there's always a different choice you can make. There is always a different choice you can make. Yes, there is. Now, when we're walking around with blindfolds on, like the Two of Swords, like the Eight of Swords, when we're walking around blind, unable and unwilling to accept truth, then maybe you got to dance with the cards you've been dealt. In a painful way. So the first question was, what things could possibly put your queendom, your kingdom at risk? And many of you replied. Now, my second and last question to you is, what will it take from you? What will it truly take from you to be able to claim your throne? Come on now, somebody. Be honest with yourself. What will it truthfully take from you to be able to claim your throne? What will it take? Come on now, somebody. What will it take? Self-love, okay? What else? Anybody else? What's going on over here in TikTok line? Stop being in my own way, let go of guilt. Yes. Walking away, okay? Authenticity, okay? Faith and action, okay? What will it take from you to truly, truthfully claim your throne? Presence, acceptance, okay? What else over here? Conviction, resilience, okay? What will it take from you to really claim your throne? What will it take from you? Release it all. Okay. What else? What else? How about some of you need to be honest with yourself and say, I need to release control. I need to release my control issues. I need to be okay with them not loving me the way I would like for them to love me, whoever they are, mama, daddy, husband, whatever the case may be, even your own child. How about that for truth? I need to be okay with being what's that word? Not extra. Oh my God, extradited. That's not the word I'm looking for. Not extradited. With being when you are ex something from the family. Oh my God, that word. That word. Excommunicated. Excommunicated. How about for some of you is I need to be okay and accept that I will be rejected by family. Did you, whoever you are, I don't know who you are. I have no idea who the hell you are. Spirit knows who you are. I don't know who you are. But whoever you are, I know you love the person that you chose to marry, but were you really in love with them? Or was that your choice because you knew that had you gone with your real love, that would have cost you your mother's love or your father's acceptance and approval of you? I don't know. Only you know that. Only you know that. Only you know that. How about in order for me to claim my throne, whoever you are, I don't know who you are, Spirit knows who you are. In order for me to claim my throne, I need to forgive myself for forcing my child into this world because I thought that if I would get pregnant, I could hold him down and he would love me. And I forced his pregnancy because I wanted him to tie him down to me. Are you willing to accept that truth? Are you willing to be honest with yourself with that truth? You weren't in love with the idea of motherhood. You just wanted him so bad that you wanted to find a way to tie him to you. Are you willing to accept that truth? And it's not that you regret being a mother for some of you. Some others do, actually. I know them. It's not that you regret being a mother. But you have to forgive yourself. Because in order for you to forgive yourself for forcing a pregnancy because you thought that that would make him fall in love with you, you would also have to be honest with yourself and forgive yourself for not being emotionally available to your child the way he or she deserved. You were not emotionally available to your baby girl. You were not emotionally available to your son because all of your feelings and emotions were concentrated in obligating someone to love you the way you wanted to be loved. Hello? Oh, you're not ready for that conversation. You see, many of us at the speed of a bullet will sit here and will be like, I claim my throne. I claim my throne. Listen, for you to claim your throne, you got to be honest with yourself. And some of you need to be honest in areas and in places and in spaces that you don't want to be honest with yourself about. Do you hear me? You don't want to go there because in your brain, in your mind, going there, you don't see it as healing. Going there, you see it as shame. Going there makes you feel guilty. Going there makes you feel pain. But in order for you to claim the throne, you need to feel the pain that you've been running away from, the pain that you've been ignoring, the pain that you've been trying to control, the pain that you've been projecting. Oh, are we ready to talk now? Are we ready to talk now? You see, it took me years to understand why people run away from healing. We should throw ourselves at healing, in my opinion. Because who wants to live a life that's not for them? Who wants to live in suffering? Who wants to live distant from their higher self? When we think about it consciously. Oh, but Black Baby, let me tell you something. In the name of the baby Black Jesus. It took me years to understand that people run away from healing because all they think about is the pain that they will experience to heal. Because you can't heal without the pain. And sidebar. I have to interject this in there. For those of you that are healers, spiritual healers, whether you are a seasoned healer, whether you are just a healer that you just want to be a healer, I'm not mocking anybody, I'm not shaming anybody, I'm just saying whatever healer you are, and you really want to do this work for people, let me tell you something. If you are not clear with yourself, people will have you thinking that you're not good. People will have you believing that you're not blessed to do what Creator blessed you to do. Because you will misinterpret their lack of interest, their lack of participation, their lack of investment in self as a reflection of your work. When in reality, those of us that are really doing the hardcore spiritual work, and we do it with conviction and with honesty and truly anointed and blessed to do the work, we know that is not a reflection of us. This also goes to all my soul family who are therapists, counselors, psychologists, licensed professionals, clinical psychologists. Someone's lack of interest in doing the work. When you are doing good work, there are some bad ones out there. Just like there's bad in everything, right? We're not talking about those people. We're talking about those of you that really know your shit and you're doing your best and you do good work. And you wonder, damn, I'm doing this with so much heart. I'm doing this with so much conviction. I'm doing this in the most authentic way I know how to. And I know what I'm bringing to the table. Why doesn't he come? Why doesn't she come? Why didn't she return? Why didn't he come? It ain't about you, boo. It was never about you to begin with. But it ain't about you because many of them are running away from the healing because they rather run away from the healing than face the pain that the healing does bring. Healing brings pain. You gotta go through the pain before getting to the healing. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. In order to get to the core of the onion, there are layers, and those layers hurt. Those layers expose you. Those layers make you look naked. Do you hear me? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? So it is imperative, it is important that you do not misinterpret that and make it about you. I remember years ago, let me tell you something very briefly. So I've been doing healing work for many years. And the way I do healing work now with you all, with my private clients, with my one-on-one, my classes, my coaching, my retreats, whatever, it's just at a greater scale, at a different level, at a different scale, reaching what people, quote unquote, would call reaching the masses, right? But I've been doing this healing work for 30 plus years. Because from an Afro-Cuban perspective, when we do something in Afro-Cuban, my Afro-Cuban walk of life, when we do something called misa espiritual, seance, because of the nature of spirit guides that walk with me, I do seance, I do spiritual masses, misas espirituales, not in the way that many people do. And again, I am not criticizing, judging, mocking. I'm speaking about the me that I know. Me. I can only speak for me. I can't speak for anyone else. So if you feel a certain kind of way, that ain't me trying to make you feel a certain kind of way. That's you. When I do misas, I'm not the type of person. I always say this in every misa that I sit. I always say to the person, whether I've known them or whether I meet them for the first time, listen, I'm not just here to tell you, no, tú tienes una conga con siete sayas, tú tienes una gitana que viene con bandereta. People just want to hear about who their spirit guides are. People just want to hear about, if they have a gypsy, if they have an Africana, if they have whatever spirit guides. People, go to the misas, or people have misas because they are most interested. They're most interested in being told about their latest gossip that's going on in their life. Y el chisme, y aquel te hizo brujería, y tu enemigo. Hey, people like all that. What I, me, yo, consider to be, low vibrational. I don't focus my misas on that. I focus my misas on you. How is it that spirit, divine, the ancestors of wisdom, the spirit guides of light can guide me in guiding you becoming a better version of yourself? Because what is going to help? How is it going to help you? How is it going to really help you if I just sit there to talk to you about la una gitana que le gusta bailar y que es bien sassy y tú tienes un enemigo porque el vecino al frente te tiró y te hizo y porque tu ex habla de ti? Hello. How is all that going to really help you when at the end of all that low vibrational gossipy bullshit, you still have not gotten the guidance on how to align with your highest purpose and how to avoid these issues that have landed you here, on how to stay safe and protected and aligned with your highest self and your Ori, then I feel I haven't done my job. All I did was sit there and talk to you about your latest chisme, your latest gossip in your life. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? So, because I have all my life have led my spiritual private, when I was nowhere near social media, I was like never near social media. And we are talking about 29, 30 plus year experience, right? My work did not start 11, 12 years ago when I got on social media at this level, when I was forced. Those of you that have been following me that long, you know my story that I don't want to repeat. I felt forced to come on social media because I always used to criticize it. That's why I never say never. I used to criticize it, highly criticize it, because I came from that upbringing, that conditioning, right? So the level of healing work that I understand as healing work is the one that you are forced to look at your truth. You're forced to accept your truth. If you really want to grow, if you really want to become a better version, if you really want to access the best version of yourself, it doesn't come free. You can claim your true self and deny parts of you that continue to contribute to the negative experiences that show up in your life. You can't. That's not logical. It doesn't make sense. Do you hear me? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? So this is why we do these intros. This is why I tell Spirit, okay, Spirit, you know what is there to talk about tonight? And because I am human, and because I am not and will never be perfect, nor do I want to be, you could you can fall into the mistaken belief that you will run out of things to say. But baby, I'm not talking to you. The universe is talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Spirit is talking to you. I'm not talking to you. God is talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Whatever God you subscribe to is the one that allow you to tune in, and he's the one or she's the one or it's the one that's speaking to you. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a willing vessel that surrenders to the message to be delivered. It ain't me. Because God knows I don't have a perfect cookie cutter life. Oh, but trust me when I say, Spirit, the divine, the universe, Mother Earth will always deliver the greatest and deepest guidance and message and download and revelations through people that don't have it 150%, because no one is perfect. And I guess I also dropped that in there, or Spirit put that in my head to drop that in there for you tonight. To reach the many of you that deny your God-given spiritual gifts and talents because you think you're not special enough, you're not gifted enough, because you think that your life is too messy for you to be this and for you to be that. Who are you to make a choice? Who are you to control? Who are you to decide who you should be when it was already decided for you before you even arrived to this universe? You need to get out of your own damn way. You need to get out of your own head. You need to stop being the person that tries to do God's work and allow God to do the work through you, regardless if you're white, black, blue, straight, gay, whatever, LGBTQRSTBWXYZ. It don't matter. It don't matter. Because what you were meant to do on this earth, what you were meant to bring to front center stage, is greater than your race. It's greater than your ethnicity. It's greater than where you grew up in. It's greater than your role in life, your preference, your orientation, the monies you have, the car you drive, the house you live in. It's greater than that. And for you to continue to restrict, listen to my words, for you to continue to restrict the blessings that you were born to execute is equivalent to you abdicating, giving up the throne that you haven't sat on. Because you want to pick and choose what you want to do. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to pick and choose what's already been naturally, divinely, energetically, spiritually designed? How dare you? How dare you? Get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. I've always been a very straightforward thinking individual. But God knows I am a Virgo at heart. I debate things in my head like there's no tomorrow. And I will prolong things longer than it needs to be. And I will take my lovely ass time. Sometimes I take years. And as many of you do know, when I decided to surrender, to come online 11, 12 years ago, however long it's been already. Do you not think I ran this through my head 1,000 times? Because I said, oh Lord, in the name of the baby black Jesus, here are going to go all my enemies and all my this and all my that. And then Something within me said, wait a minute, are you working for your enemy or are you working for spirit? And when that came, I was like, it just blew my mind. I was like, oh shit, okay. I'm like, okay. And as you hear me say from time to time, not because I have, trust me when I say I have zero concerns and zero worries in giving certain people the time of day nor the power. It ain't gonna be my black eyes is not gonna be the one giving them power. I just say certain things to establish a point, to get my point across. That's why you hear me say on and off, do you not think when I come live, especially now that I'm on TikTok, do you not think when I come live that there aren't people that just log in just to see, just to log off and say and call whoever, I don't even know, I don't care, it ain't my damn business. Oye, viste, ahora el tipo está, oh, look at him, did you see what he's doing now? Yada yada. Do you not think they're here? Now the question is, do I give a shit? And the answer is no. I don't give a shit. Because I don't work for them, I work for spirit. I work for spirit. I work for the divine. I work for what I believe in, and it ain't human. I work from something that's supernatural, but I do it in service to the universe, in service to you, because that's what I've been entrusted to do. And in whichever form and capacity the universe tells me I have to serve, I will do it. I may complain and I might, twist my eyes here and there initially, but I will always surrender. I will always surrender because I know what I'm working for. I'm working for the divine. I'm working for something greater than you and I, baby. And tonight I use me as an example so that you can get your finger out of your own ass, okay? Get out of your own way and claim your throne. It's time for you to claim your throne. It's time for you to claim that higher self within you that's eager, waiting for you to allow her, for you to allow him to blossom through you. But it won't do it for you. You have to give it permission. Just like you've given your enemies permission to live in your mind, to live in your brain, to live in your life, to live in your space. Your inner spirit, your higher self, needs your permission to thrive through you. Are you picking up what spirit is laying down? Your inner spirit, your incarnate spirit, your soul needs your permission and your active participation to thrive through you. CLC, are you picking up what spirit is laying down? That being said, let's go into our opening card for this evening. We shall see what spirit has to say. Whew. Lord, that took a lot of energy. While I shuffle, I remind you the upcoming Ancestral Elevation Healing Ceremony is coming up. Okay, it will be November 2nd, Sunday, November 2nd at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, this is something that happens every year. This will be our 6th annual year. It is my prayer that you join us because we all benefit from it every year, because every year is different. We're not the same person. There is a payment plan. It's super easy. You can join. When you join for the ancestral healing elevation healing ceremony, I myself create a custom candle that I build for you, that I create for you, with the names of the ancestors that you choose to elevate or honor this year. Okay, with your petitions that you will send to me, etc., etc. All that information is in the link in my bio. If you are on Instagram, click the link in my bio and make sure to sign up for this year's Ancestral Elevation Healing Ceremony while it's still at the discounted rate. If you are on YouTube, that information, the link to that is in the description box. It's in there right now as we speak. It's in the description box. If you are over here on TikTok land, most of you have Instagram, so just go to my profile on TikTok, and you'll have access to my Instagram, and you can go there to the link in my profile on Instagram to sign up. This is beneficial to you. This is beneficial to your lineage. This is beneficial to your life. This is beneficial to your ancestors. This is beneficial to your goals. This is beneficial towards your vision. This is beneficial towards your purpose. So it is in your best interest, okay, to do the work. Stop straying away from the work that must be done in order for you to maximize your life. Perfect? Never, because no one's life is perfect. Oh, but little by little, we should be able to ship away, ship away, ship away at the layers of things that hold us back from becoming the best version of ourselves. Okay? So, I pray that you join us. That being said, let's see what our opening oracle card is for this evening. And that would be the nest. The nest, it says, spiritual hearth, comfort, well-being. The nest. The nest, spiritual hearth, comfort, and well-being. The nest, spiritual comfort, spiritual hearth, comfort, and well-being. The nest. So, let's see. Let's see what the nest has to say. Birds are highly revered creatures and are believed to have a direct connection to the spirit world. They only build their nests where it is sacred and secure. So to find a nest near the home is seen as a good omen. A bird's nest is a long-held symbol of the home, renewal, and all things benevolent. The legend of the nest is one that can be traced back to German and Nordic cultures, where birds' nests were often seen as symbols of prosperity, health, happiness, friendship, and good luck. When the nest comes up in a reading, it is calling us to spend the time and effort needed to build our spiritual nest. There we go. The home within ourselves that we can return to over and over again for sanctuary and peace. Our spiritual journey towards healing requires a safe, compassionate place for our souls to dwell and heal. Hey, 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 there goes that word. We must create space in our mind, heart, and life where compassion and safety surround us and fiercely protective boundaries have been set on all sides. The nest card asks us to build that safe, still place within ourselves where we can turn to for comfort, peace, and answers. To achieve this, we must start by building a practice of love and compassion for ourselves. Each time we show ourselves kindness, we add to our spiritual nest. Every time we show up for ourselves, every time we say no when we mean no, and set boundaries and allow ourselves to feel joy, the stronger and sturdier our nest becomes. The stronger the nest we build, the more profound the healing, renewal, and prosperity that will follow. I don't know about you, but I do believe that this resonates with tonight's download. If you use this card to interpret its message metaphorically in relation to tonight's download, you would be left with no other understanding other than the nest is your throne. How do you claim your throne? By loving on you, by protecting you, by finding your inner peace, by setting boundaries. Is this making any sense? COC, tell the truth now. Does this make sense to you? Does it resonate? COC, let me read some of your messages here on Instagram. Oh my God, it's a bird nest on my front door light. Well, there you go, First La Reina. Spirit makes no mistake. It definitely does, Taquita 80s, baby. My home is my sanctuary. I don't have negative people sound me. Yes. See. Okay. Go inside. Beautiful. Yes. La carta de air. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. What about over here? YouTube land. You too quiet. Talk to me. Talk to me, YouTube land. Talk to me. What's going on over here on TikTok land? Messages are so far I can't even see them. Oh, we did, huh? Hey, hey, hey. Whew. Does that resonate? Amoret bebe, how are you? Yes, yes, and 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 yes. All right. Let's start off tonight with the air signs. Let's start off tonight with the air signs. Again, I remind you, sign up for the Ancestral Elevation Healing Ceremony. It ain't gonna hurt you. You make investments in other things that do not contribute towards your highest self. So make an investment on you. And there are payment options. And come on, it's at a discounted rate right now. So make sure that you say yes to you, that you say yes to yourself and join this year's Ancestral Elevation Healing Ceremony. This is the first time that I follow you, my friend. Many blessings to you, and thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay, vamos para allá. Air signs. Are there any air signs? Are you in the house tonight? That would be who? Gemini, Libra, And Aquarius, are you in the house tonight? Are you in the house tonight? Are you in the house tonight? Okay. Let's see here. You know what I want to do? Shit. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I like to. I rather have it closer, my electronics. So I can see all your messages without having to do all this and go through all the trouble. But I like for you to see, be involved in our. It's not mine. It's our spiritual setup here, right? But it just dawned on me. I can probably just get a TV and put the TV up. So I can see all the messages on the TV, you know. Anyway, I gotta figure it out. Okay. Thank you so very much, Audio Takeifa. Thank you so very much. We know you're a Libra selling, girl. We know. En el nombre de Dios. Candela, pollito suave. Se quema la casa. Ay, ay, ay. Se quema la casa. Candela, Candelaria. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what comes up tonight for the air signs. All right. Let's see what comes tonight. Okay. Ask all if you have ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT are good with helping with setups online. I'm one of those that still needs to come around to using AI. I know I'm behind. I'm behind. I'm behind. I need to. I just need to come around. I need to come around to being able to use AI. Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. We have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. It's interesting. It's a fire and water card. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. When we look at the Knight of Cups, air signs, what could it be telling you tonight? Well, I believe it tells you that it's time to welcome new invitations. It's time to welcome new proposals. It's time to welcome new beginnings. It's time to welcome new opportunities. There are some of you, okay, that things are not necessarily going awfully bad and horrible and oh my God, and my life is a POS and it's not necessarily that. But it is a situation in which, because I've been what I've been through, I now restrict what I allow in. I control and restrict what I'm willing to participate in. I control and restrict where I go. I control and restrict who comes over I control and restrict who I talk to. I control and restrict who I connect with. On one side of the coin, there's nothing wrong with that. From its upper polarity, from a positive standpoint, because it means that you have learned your lessons and you're doing all you know within your power to protect yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem, though, the problem is when such control and such restrictions also harms the good things that could come in. When you don't trust yourself enough, when you don't trust your gut, the voice of the creator in your body, to be able to discern what should be let in and what should stay away. The Knight of Cups says, you've been invited to places, you've been invited out. It doesn't always have to be romantically, but it could be that too. Proposals, but you're afraid. You don't want to hurt again. You don't want to fail. You don't want to this. You don't want to that. Listen to me. There's a saying in Cuba, in my country, where it says, no hay peor intento cual no se haga. So there is no worse trial, let's just say, or intent, or desire, whatever, which you don't take. You got to take the opportunity if it presents itself. You got to take the opportunity. How long are you going to wait? Attempt, yes. There's no worse attempt than that which is not executed. We live and we learn. Si funcionó, qué bueno. Si no funcionó, aprendí. If it worked, great. If it didn't work, there's a lesson to be learned. There's a lesson to be learned. What you will not continue to do, hopefully, is continue to restrict yourself from the opportunities that the universe, life, is trying to reveal and present to you. Don't do that. Don't do that. You deserve it. You've earned it. So now let's take the opportunity, as this card states, let's take the opportunity to try out new things. Now, the other thing is this. Remember tonight's theme for you air signs. For you Geminis and Libras and Aquariuses. Remember tonight's theme, which is claim your throne. That's tonight's theme. That's tonight's download. We spent an hour on that. Deep download. What will it take for you to claim your throne? What will it take? What will it take based on what you're experiencing right now, based on what you've downloaded into your life right now, based on the messages that the ancestors of wisdom and your spirit guides are trying to deliver to you, based on your experiences? What will it take from you to be able to claim your throne? What will it take? And in order for you to understand what will it take, in order for you to really claim your throne, you have to be honest with you in terms of what is it that you're doing that's limiting your ability to claim your throne, to protect the queendom, to protect the kingdom. What are you doing? Are you prolonging things that shouldn't be prolonged? Are you procrastinating on things that you need to get on? Are you denying yourself new opportunities out of fear of failure, fear of being hurt? Are you waiting for someone to make decisions in order for you to go on board? Or are you waiting for someone else to, show all their power, and show all their might for you to say, okay, yes, I think I want this? No, take healthy control. Keyword healthy. Take healthy control. Take the reins. Take the bull by the horns. And lay down the foundation upon which you build your vision, your dream. But I will say this with the Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. Emotions are high for you right now, especially if you are from where I see it, especially if you are a Libra and an Aquarius. Emotions are high right now. Doesn't mean it's not true for you Geminis, but emotions are high right now because there are things, experiences, opportunities that you need to pursue. The question is, or the conflict is, or the issue is trusting the process, but also trusting the players at hand. Okay? Trusting the people that you connect with professionally, intimately, romantically, trusting the process of the people that you need to connect with in order for these things to play out successfully. But other than that, from where I sit, I see it as a sign, this particular card for you, air signs, I see it as a sign that good news is coming, new opportunities is coming. This is also a card of creativity, okay? This is a card of creativity. It's part Pisces card, so it's a card of really, really, having solutions for issues that have been issues in the past, but it does not mean that it will be an issue now because you've been through it already. You know what the ins and outs. So now it's a matter of you trusting yourself, knowing that you will know what to do. So that phone call is going to come, that invitation is going to come, that proposal is going to arrive. You just need to be ready, okay? No titubear, no, don't hesitate. Don't let me get back. It's a yes. It's a this moves forward. These are my conditions. Claro, obviously, you always taking every measure, every step to protect yourself intelligently, professionally, right? Putting things down in black and white. Where's that contract? What's the deal? You got to discuss things. It's not about, well, she promised me. No. Put it in writing. Put it in writing and claim your throne. Oh, yeah. Next up, let's go to the water signs. Water signs, that would be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Are you in the house tonight? Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Are you in the house tonight? You're welcome. That message resonated with you, if that message was liberating, if that message was affirming, you know what to do. 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 Show your love and your appreciation for Spirit's work. Today's donation tab, all the information is pinned down at the bottom of the screen. We got the star. The star card for the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We got the star card. Okay. We got the star card here. Whew. This is in alignment as well with tonight's message, because here with the star card, it's saying, what about your downloads? What about your dreams? What about, and I don't mean dreams in terms of desires. I'm talking about dreams in terms of you when you are in your REM state, these dreams that you have. Are you trusting your dreams? Are you trusting your downloads? Are you trusting your revelations? The star card is the ancestors. The ancestors telling you it's time for you now to build, to create. It's time now for you to be able to, say, I am going to build a deeper relationship with my spirit guides, with my ancestral energy and vibrations. My ancestors are calling me to be able to do more work at a deeper level, at a deeper level. That particular star card, when it comes up, it's like the universe is aligning with your vision. The universe is aligning with your purpose. The universe is aligning with what you want to do. But you are the one that's out of alignment. You're the one that's doubtful. You're the one that's second guessing yourself. You're the one that's living in fear. You're the one that's questioning everything. You're the one that's procrastinating. You're the one that's belonging. You're the one that wants confirmation after confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. The spirit is saying, how many confirmations do you want? Well, how many confirmations do you want? How many? It's almost that typical story of what was it? Um, guy or the storm, and he was waiting for God to send him, to save him, and then God said, "Listen, I sent you the boat. I sent you this. I sent you that. What more do you want as a sign? You're waiting for people's approval and permission to do things that Creator, Spirit, the Divine already approved." Okay. The star card is about you going for what you know is for you without waiting for someone else to green light it. Go for it. Go for it now. Go for it now. Go for it now. You've been sitting on this idea. You've been sitting on this business venture. You've been sitting on this thing, and it's been coming at you on and off, and you still like there, ahí pensando, bueno, déjame ver qué. What else can you wait to see? What else can you wait to see? The universe already spoke. The universe already sent you a message. The universe already communicated with you. The universe already came into your dreams. The universe already showed you a sign. The music that came on, the billboard that you saw driving, whatever it is. Just go for it. Just go for it. This is about you also doing spiritual healing work for yourself, for your lineage, for your family, for your child. This is about you doing spiritual healing work for that 11-year-old, for that 9-year-old child that you have. She might be the middle child or the eldest, but this is the healing work that allows you, provides you with being able to break free from ancestral baggage. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? I ain't here to play. Okay. This is about you doing that healing work for yourself, but also for your family. Because when you do it for yourself and you do it for your family and you do it for your lineage as well, and you do it for the generations that are to come. Okay. Healing work, healing work, healing work. Much need for healing work, much need for spiritual work, much need for that spiritual work, much need for that cleanse, much need for that healing, much need for things that will set you free from things that have afflicted your family. Do you hear me? It's time to do that work. Let's move on. Let's go to the fire signs. What are the fire signs? Are there any fire signs in the house? Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Are you in the house? Fire signs, Leo, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Are you in the house tonight? Don't worry. If it comes up again, then I'll deal with it. Don't worry. Are you in the house tonight? Let's see. La la. Tell you, spirit makes you work. Spirit makes you work. There's no joke. No joke. Okay. Let's see. Okay, fire signs, you all gonna make me work tonight. Is there anything going on here on TikTok land? Because I can't see. Is there anybody on TikTok? All right. My fire signs, you got the 8 of Cups. You got the 8 of Cups. Fire signs. Fire signs. Thank you so very much, Rising Phoenix, for that donation on YouTube. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very mucho. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, 8 of Cups for the fire signs. 8 of Cups for the fire signs. 8 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 8 of Cups. What can we say? What can we say? What we could say for fire signs tonight is that deep down inside, if you're honest with yourself, if you've been here from the beginning and you heard the share, what we shared about tonight's theme in terms of claiming your throne, this card comes up for you, fire signs. 8 of Cups. If you're honest with yourself, you're tired. You're exhausted. Because you're also relentless, that's why you haven't you haven't thrown in the towel yet. But if you're honest with yourself, you're tired. Whether it's emotionally, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, or all of the above, you're tired. You're exhausted. The problem with being tired is this. For a lot of you, that's deep, keep going, people never see you as someone that's tired. People see you as someone that can still come and knock on your door, ask for favors, ask for support, ask for help, because you don't look like you're tired. You don't look like you're exhausted. You don't come across as someone that needs anybody. And everyone that comes to you thinks that you have it all together. Because your presence alone oftentimes says you're okay. Oftentimes says you're good. Oftentimes says that you don't need anything, but that ain't true. That ain't true. So what is the 8 of Cups trying to deliver to you tonight? For whomever this message is for, and obviously it ain't for everybody because every message is not for everyone. But you know what this card is telling you? If the shoe fits, wear it. You know what it's telling you? It's telling you it's okay to walk away. It's okay to now say no to something you had already previously said yes to. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to lay down a new foundation. It's okay to set new boundaries. It's okay to revise the contract. It's okay to revisit the original agreement. It's okay. Because you have to do everything within your power to protect you, to save you, to heal you, to uplift you. You got to do everything within your power to be able to feel internally at peace. And if that requires you saying, listen, I had agreed to do X, Y, and Z, but I don't believe I'll be able to do it anymore. I'm going to have to find someone else, or I've changed my mind, or whatever the case may be. So be it. So be it. Don't let guilt get the best of you. Don't allow guilt to trick you. Don't allow people to guilt trip you. Because right here, this particular card says you're exhausted. Whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, or all of the above, you're exhausted. And you really need to be in a place where you can renew. There's a need for renewal. Okay? There's a need for renewal. There's a need for you to be able to say, I've done this for this long, but I don't think I can continue doing it anymore. And I need to protect myself. You owe it to you. If you don't protect you, no one else can do it for you. Get that through your skull. If you don't protect you, no one else can do it for you. You're the only one that can do it. You're the only one that can do it. But if you don't start now, I'll tell you what you're coming up against. This is not to inflict fear. This is not, some fear tactic. I don't play that shit. But what I will tell you is you are looking at collapsing, becoming literally physically sick. And then what happens when you drop? The world will continue. Those people that are codependent on you, that depend on you, will have no choice but to find another way to live, sustain, and do. Is the world and the universe going to stop revolving and turning because you're not available? I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, but the truth is the world will continue to be. The universe will continue to rotate. So the Eight of Cups is saying, why are you prolonging the inevitable? And why are you going to wait until the last minute when you're not even strong enough, when you won't even be strong enough to fend for yourself and protect yourself, to then want to do, want to act, want to change? No, change now. Do now. Lay the foot down now. We have another saying in Cuba that says, si uno se va a poner rojo, uno debe ponerse rojo una sola vez, no todas las veces. The literal translation in English makes no sense. The literal translation means if you're going to get red once, not every other day. Red metaphorically used to understand about being upset and mad and what have you. I can't get mad every day. I can't get upset every day. No. If I'm going to put my foot down, okay, I'm going to put it down once. I'm just going to be right now. It's going to be in this moment. But I'm not going to go through this hustle and bustle every single day, every other day, every week. Because some of you don't even want to be in your own house. Fire signs, say the truth. Some of you don't even want to return home. Some of you drive around because you dread having to get home because you already know what you're going to face. You already know what you're going to deal with. You already know what, or vice versa. Some of you don't want to even get to work because you know what you're going to deal with at work. Well, it is perfectly okay to move on. It is perfectly okay to do differently. It is perfectly okay to choose something different. And yes, there will be people that say you let them down. But guess what, baby? You better not let yourself down. You better not let yourself down. You better not let yourself down because you owe it to you. You owe it to you. Do you hear me? Don't make the same mistakes other in your lineage made, where they were worked to their grave. And many of them didn't even appreciate. Many of the people that surrounded them didn't even appreciate all they did. It could also be inviting you, if the shoe fits, wear it. It could also be inviting you to take a break, to disconnect, to take a vacation if possible. If not, retreat. If not, do something where you're able to regroup, whether you're able to gather your thoughts, where you're able to, really put things into perspective, healthy perspective. Okay. And then come back and make a choice. I hope that resonates. Last but not least, earth signs. Where are the earth signs? Where are the earth signs? Are you in the house tonight? Thank you. Thank you very much. Tuesdays, I'm definitely live every Tuesday. Are there any earth signs in the house? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Are you in the house tonight? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Are you in the house tonight? Okay. Let's see what comes up for my fellow earth signs. Yeah. Yeah. We got the 7 of Cups for the earth signs. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups for the earth signs. Earth signs, Yola. The time has come for you to dive deep into your life, decisions, desires, goals. The time has come for you to take a deeper dive into understanding and knowing the steps that need to be taken in order for you to grow, thrive, become, do, execute, be. Because when we look at the 7 of Cups, we're talking about decision making, uncertainty, confusion, a lot of thoughts in the mind, but nothing really solidifying, daydreaming, okay? Sentimientos encontrados, too many sentiments happening all at the same time. Listen, you have no time to waste. You have no time to waste. The Seven of Cups says, what more thinking can you do? What more thinking can you do? What more thinking can you do? What are you waiting for? Stop dragging your feet. This is you taking ownership. This is you taking responsibility. This is you saying, I will not allow my fear of failure to dictate how I move. So I will narrow down my choices and I will stick to what I currently believe will be the best fit for me. And I will put all of my effort and my energy into it. If it works, more to celebrate. If it doesn't work, then I will learn from the mistakes I made so that I don't make the same mistakes tomorrow, and I will keep going at it. This is about you making a decision. The Seven of Cups requires that you make a decision. Be an active participant. Make a decision. A decision. A decision needs to be made so that you don't miss out on the opportunities that the universe, Mother Earth, spirit guides of light, your ancestors of wisdom are trying to put in your path, so that you don't miss out on an open door, so that you don't miss out on something that it could expire if you take too long. This is the divine spirit, Mother Earth, universe telling you we can't put all our eggs in one basket. There's another saying that is not particularly my favorite, but beggars can be choosers. You got to go and deal with what you have and make it work the best way you know how to. The Seven of Cups is talking about your it's more about this inner anxiety. You have anxiety. You don't look at, you don't come across as it, but you have anxiety. It's eating you up. And this anxiety is eating you up because ultimately, if you really look at it deeply, you are afraid to fail again. You are afraid of things closing up on you. You are afraid of not having all of things together. You are afraid of things backfiring. You are afraid of finding yourself homeless. You are afraid of not having enough. You are afraid of being abandoned. You are afraid. So you have things coming to you, but you don't know what to choose. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to move forward. So you stay stuck. No. Sit with your inner spirit. Sit with your spirit guide. Sit by your spiritual altar. Sit with your God or church, whatever it is that you do. Go within and make a choice. It will do you a huge disservice for you to stay immovable, stuck, overthinking and overthinking and overthinking and overthinking and overthinking and overthinking. Some of you have been thinking for 5 years. Make a choice and make it work. And you might surprise yourself. You might surprise yourself that things actually went in your favor. You might surprise yourself that, wow, I am actually impressed. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? I want you to surprise yourself. Make a choice. Make a choice. Make a choice about that job. Make a choice about that business. Make a choice about these two people that you're dealing with. One has your heart, the other one has your body. Listen, don't make me go there tonight. Make a choice and move forward. And move forward. Move forward. Woo! What a night. 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 Yeah. Blame it. Blame it on the seat. Blame it on the royal seat I'm sitting on right now. For those of you that understand Oricha path, Lukumi tradition, this is the seat that my Oricha Shango has been sitting on for quite a few years now. But he has he has a new home now. So I said, damn, what am I gonna do with this seat? I'm saying, you know what? I'm just gonna use it for me. So it's filled with energy. Anyway, may blessings and blessings and blessings continue to shower your life. May your life be filled with the highest level of joy, growth, abundance, stability, peace, and all the greatness that you deserve. First and foremost, health, physical health, and mental health, and emotional health. You are not alone by anyhow. You are not alone. You're not alone because whether you believe it or not, the universe, Mother Earth, the God of your understanding, walk with you. You're not alone because you have the support of your ancestors, even though it doesn't always feel like it. You don't walk alone because your spirit guides of light are with you. And for those of you that allow it, for those of you that welcome it, you're not alone because I'm here for you too. I'm here for you too. But the trick is God, universe, Olodumare, Ensambi, Awasi, Elohim, the Alpha and the Omega, Jesus, the Rock, universe, me, spirit guides, ancestors, cannot do the work for you. You are the only one that can do it for yourself. If you need the support, if you need the guidance, I am here. I am here. Truthfully and honestly, I am here. But you are the one that needs to do the work. You don't always have to figure it out by yourself because it's not always easy to figure it out by yourself. It is my prayer that you sign up for the upcoming Ancestral Elevation Healing Ceremony. It was created for you. It was created for you. When the Creator universe, when my spirit guides gave me this 6 years ago to do for the public, it was done for you. And we've been consistent for 6 years. It is my prayer that you join us this year, that we do the work together, that we elevate our ancestors, those that need elevation, that we strengthen that cord that needs to be strengthened, that we cut the cords that need to be cut, and that we honor those that need to be and deserve to be honored, so that we can continue to thrive and we can claim our throne. This is Spiritual Dr. Rafi. Please share this live when I have it up. Tag someone that you know needs tonight's message. Don't keep it all for yourself. Sharing is caring. That's the way we show love. And I shall be seeing you. I shall be seeing you soon. Okay? So take care of yourself and, over and out.